still not subscribed to the partition, you know, it's a lot of ways that you can do this besides watching all the content. But before we start, always remember, go to the channels link. Every show that we have, you can always see every show before everybody else see the show. But besides that, always remember, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, put it on all. Until then, always remember, anything is possible. Thank you for choosing the partition. Now let's get into the show. Anything is possible. Peace.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a huge.
So what's up?
That's right. I'm the legendary Ronnie Spencer.
WD.com. I love the conversation. My son got me this with my dad, so I can always have him with me whenever I do the show. Come on, wait. I want to laugh. Welcome back to Choppin' It Up with Lil Ron. In this season, we have a special guest. In our first season, we had a guest that came on that was an actual cook. Now we have another guest that came. It's actually here right now. She specialized in vegan. I want you guys to help me welcome the one and only Miss Theresa, the Vegan Palette. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Yes. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad to have you on the show. And every time we get somebody and we bring them on the show, I always have them to kind of introduce themselves to the audience because the audience on my end may not know you. Some of them may say, hey, that's my friend. I know her. And, you know, some that may know and some may not. So kind of introduce yourself. You got the mic to yourself and you can turn back around and we can go from there.
Okay. So my name is Theresa Parker. I'm originally from St. Louis, been in Houston for almost 7 years, and created my own business doing vegan food. I'm about a year and a half away from a new decade.
Oh, wow.
And once I go into this new decade, I just don't want to be that lady that's relying on pills. So I'm trying to use food as my medicine. And I know we all have that aunt, grandma, cousin. You go over their house, there's a Kroger bag of pills here. There's pills scattered all across their dresser. Then there's more pills in the medicine cabinet. And then one day you come over, they say, can you set up my pill box? I need a blue, a purple, and a green pill. And you like, I don't even know where to start. You go through the bag. Most of that's expired. You go through the stuff over here. And you're just worn out. So I don't want to put that burden on anybody. So I started at the beginning of COVID, seeing what I like, what I could make. And then started cooking and sharing with a couple of friends and was encouraged to go ahead and move forward with my business because they were already in the business. And December, I jumped out there and I just did it it probably wasn't put together the best, but I'm in the process now of dotting my I's and crossing my T's as far as getting with some of these small business universities that are offered in Houston. But right now you will catch me at different pop-ups. I do catering and I do experience events. My next one is September 9th, which I'm partnering with another black business called Clutch Distilling, a black-owned rum distillery in the Heights. And I would love for people to join. I think I have about 7 or 8 tickets left.
Wow. I mean, vegan stuff is actually good. A lot of people overlook eating healthy. They think it's always about eating the oxtails and the poke bones and the pork chops and the ribs and the burgers and stuff like that. And we don't know what goes in our food now because it's different when it was processed back in the days and now it's actually different because you don't really know what you eat. That's why we have so much different diseases that's already being generated. Cancer is a real big issue that's in the African-American community. All races have it, but high blood pressure is one that I know for sugar diabetes because people don't eat healthy. And the list go on and on. And when you say medicine, I kind of agree with you because I know my grandmother, if we come over there and we got a toothache, grandma got a pill. She go in there, she figure out, get a pill, take this pill, you gonna good. Well, grandma, that medicine ain't subscribed to me. Boy, shut up, go take that pill. This is gonna make you feel good. Everybody got that grandma. And during COVID, you're right. It actually, I tell people, it was a gift and it was a curse. It actually taught a lot of people to actually get up and say, hey, let me start my own business. Let me do this. A lot of people was pretty much convinced to feel like I'm gonna give me a PPP loan and I'm gonna make me some money. And they don't make the money. They get the PPP loan buying Cadillacs, buying Lamborghinis, buying things that don't even make no sense. And half of them are actually in jail, and part of them on their way to jail right now behind that. But you one of the few that say, hey, look, I'm going to step out on faith and I'm going to do my own business. Whether people like it or not, I like to cook. So one thing a person ain't going to turn down, they not going to turn down no food. Food is going to be good and it's always healthy for the soul. Yep. Now, this is what I want to ask you. The name of your company I like. What made you come up with that particular name? Out of all the names you can pick, what made that name?
It actually just came to me. So the backstory of, I had made some food and I was taking pictures before I even thought about going into business. And the friend of mine was making vegan ice cream and I had showed some pictures and I was like, look what I made. And
vegan ice cream?
Yeah. So he's the one that encouraged me to get into my business. And he was like, can't taste the picture. Picture looks nice, but I can't taste the picture. So from there, I brought a couple of things and he was like, oh yeah, this is good. So that ended up being like one of my taste testers. And then his other friend that he joined forces with did vegan sushi. So he shared my food with the vegan sushi guy one day. So it got so bad that it was me and one of my friends at the time, we left from an event and she was like, I want a milkshake. And I said, I can't go because I don't have any food to barter. And she didn't believe me. And I was like, so when they got down there, they was like, we don't see a bag. And I was like, because I was somewhere else and she wanted to come get a milkshake. They wouldn't let me buy any food and they wouldn't let me get anything. They was like, so they just felt very disrespected that I came down there with nothing for them. So my money wasn't no good and I was put on punishment. So fast forward, right before Thanksgiving, they were at an event. It's like, so when you getting started? I said, I don't know. I don't have everything I need. But there was a young Hispanic girl there that had a card table and some Tupperware. That was it. And she was making raw tacos and people were buying it. And I was like, okay, there's my sign. So I directly went over to two other people and booked 2 events that day. Wow. I didn't have a logo. I didn't have a name. I didn't have anything, but I had a very short period of time to try to figure it out. And like I said, in that time, the name came to me and also the logo came to me, and reached out to one of my homegirls that's a graphic designer. And I started off with, you know how that saying says, do it ugly, do it this, but just get started and do it. She was like, yeah, I need to do more of that. I was like, yeah, so I know it's your graduation week because she's preparing for graduation. She has her own business, looking for a job, all of that. I was like, so anyway, I can get a logo like as soon as possible. But she didn't know I had already told these people.
Wow.
Okay, I'll send the logo over in a little while. So I told her what I wanted. Like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. She sent me a proof by 3. We had some minor adjustments. It was almost like she could look into my head to see what I had pictured. And then by 10 o'clock that night, the adjustments had been made. And I was like, okay, I could go ahead and send this over. Here's my logo. Wow. And in that short period of time, the name, the logo, and all of that
everything just came into play. Graphic designers, I get the call sometime myself and somebody says, I need you to design a logo. If they can kind of tell me what it is, our minds click. Okay, let's get this, let's get this, let's get this. So kind of what you want to say? You want the words to say this? What kind of color you want? You want this color right here? All right, boom. Check this out. And when y'all see it, normally y'all going to say, I like it. I like that one. But we actually be having 2 and 3 sitting to the side and say, you sure? What about this one? You're like, oh, man, I don't know about that one. What about this one? Oh, man, I like this one better. So I can kind of fit graphic designers that's real good. They come out with good logos. Now, when you turn back around, I liked how you said the tacos. You got the idea when you saw the Hispanic chick. A lot of people make a lot of street tacos. People, they spend that money. Taco trucks make a lot of money. People do not know that they really make a lot of money. half of the stuff. I learned something from a guy that has a taco truck. He told me something. I asked him, I said, how can y'all afford to sell y'all meat like that? He said, I can't speak on everybody, but I can tell you 75% of the taco trucks, they go to the stores early in the morning or the day before. They go get the clearance meat because it's not going to sit there, man. They're just going to go buy the meat that's going to be marked down 50% off because when they get back to their truck, they finna cook it, they finna cut it up, they finna cook it, and they finna sell it. I was like, wow, I never thought of that. I said, I thought y'all buy fresh meat. He say, some people do, some people don't. But the majority of your trucks, they're going to buy the meat that's on the clearance. And I was like, man, and I thought about it like, man, if they get the meat at the end, all the good stuff is out of it. You get the bad stuff because it's basically finna get ready to be bad. And I don't feel like that's healthy. When I met you the other day, you just explained to me what you did. And I was like, this lady, she's on to something, man. She does vegan food, and then you already got me with this vegan ice cream. I'm curious. Do you make that too? Or?
No, that's his specialty. That's his lane. But I do plan on going on because they moved to Dallas. But I got a Dallas field trip for myself because they're in Dallas. There's like 4 or 5 folks that's doing business in Dallas that I want to go support. So when I make that trip, I'll give you a ring and see if I can get some dry ice and bring it back.
Man, because that sounds like is actually good. I'm like thinking like, man, is this the ice cream I'm thinking about back in the days when you get the ice, you put it inside of the little bucket and you try to make the ice cream? That really, really do sounds pretty much good. Now your business takes off. What was one of the first big events that you did and say, hey, I'm going to do this event. I'm going to let the world start tasting my food?
So my first event was at Tribeca, and it was for an event called Enigma, which happens pretty much every 23rd of the month. So since that event, I've done every one of their events except for this month in February. February I missed because I was on a mommy-daughter trip.
Okay.
My favorite daughter. So, and then this month they had to cancel due to some personal reasons.
Gotcha.
But that one, it just holds close to my heart because they were my first opportunity. And it's just so free-flowing. Like the people that are over that event and the people that attend that event, it's such a zen event. Like it's chill. Everybody's getting the mental health stuff that they need. Everybody's getting their time, their downtime to, sit down and meditate, to learn about the ancestors, to have that drum circle that's going, and just to be free. Like, and the vendors are chill and nobody's competing. It's just a
laid back,
free-flowing, laid-back event. And once it comes to a break, everybody comes and get their plate. And once I sell out, but I still stay for the rest of it. It's just been really healing for the people that attend and the people that come. And that's why I enjoy doing that event. And I get a text message from them every now and then saying, we've been watching your feed. We're proud of how we're growing. We're proud to see what the stuff that you're doing. So just to say that if you have a friend in business, those texts, those encouraging words, those, hey, do you need anything? Hey, I'm liking your post. Hey, I see what you're doing. Hey, let me come support. Where you're going to be? Those things all come into play just to make your friend that's in business smile.
It actually it helps too, because I get a lot of people always text me, hey, LaRon, how you doing? I just wanted to make sure you're okay, see what you got going on. I love what you actually doing. I tell them, hey, I appreciate you. I'm working on this project. They're like, again, you got something else, another thing that you're doing? I say, yes, I am. I'm working on something totally different because I try to keep my mind occupied. Every time somebody see me, I want them to know I'm doing something totally different. I'm trying to open up a new category. I'm trying to do a different lane. I got this business thing I'm working with on, and we supposed to be doing like a business networking meeting where we can actually bring all the independent people together. Some people that may want to know about vegan food but afraid and think people are gonna laugh at them. And I told a guy the other day, he never had a vegan burger. I told him about if I'm saying their name wrong, please forgive me. I think it was Slutty Burger or Slutty
Vegan.
Slutty Vegan, okay.
In Atlanta.
I seen that. When I saw that, I saw something on TV and I was like, what? They actually have like vegan hamburgers that you can actually buy. I think is plant based, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember seeing something like that at Burger King a
Yeah,
few months back. I remember seeing that like, have you ever made
So right now I'm working on my plant-based burger. I'm not using the Impossible Beyond meats that the patties that you can buy or that kind of mimic and look like a bloody burger.
Gotcha.
I'm doing mine from black beans and chickpeas and artichokes. So plan to be bringing that to market probably by next month. Still have a few things to tweak. I have the seasoning down how I want it to taste. It's just the texture that I'm still working with.
wow, and that's going to be amazing. Have you thought about putting it in? Have you got any of your foods in any type of markets, like independent markets or a Walmart, anything like that yet?
Not as of yet. I was planning to have a meeting with one of the food distributors that distributes to restaurants this week, and he had a family emergency or something.
Gotcha.
So we're going to reschedule that meeting and get to talking about the behind the scenes and what the dynamics that takes. But I have been networking heavily to find out who does what. And that's another thing that sometimes business owners, they get so caught up in doing business that they don't take breaks to find out who else they could be networking with that can make
Yes.
their journey a little bit easier. I'm still what I consider a newbie. But when I say I jumped out, I jumped out. This week I've slowed down a little bit as far as networking because I had some stuff going on.
Yes, ma'am.
But today, tomorrow morning, and this weekend will be spent on the business aspect behind the scenes to take my business to another level.
And you know, I actually we were talking before we got ready to do the interview. I was telling you about the guy at the black market that's over here actually buys. Have you ever spoke to him yet?
No, up this way, I think I'm gonna stop by today. I've
I'm
read
gonna-
stories about him, and
No, what I'm gonna do is when we finish this interview, I'm gonna take you to him personally. I'm gonna take you to him and I'm gonna introduce you to him because we actually had a talk the other day about bringing. I asked him the question about bringing in independent because I thought about you. That's the reason why. So I said I want to bring in independent people that has their own products. Would you be open? And he gave me his word and said, "Yeah, man, I'm open to that." So today is gonna be the day that we gonna be able to talk. And I'm gonna say, "Hey, man, look, here's the person. I brought it to you, man. This is the person I want." Because inside, I seen he had the wrap snacks, the Master P noodles in the cup, and he had so much other stuff. He actually had in there, and he was talking about making his brand growing real big, and him being the only black supermarket in the state of Texas. Now, if that is actually true, and I'm pretty sure it is, that's actually awesome. He should be having a little bit more exposure. His door should be opened up to a lot of vendors that can be coming in, bringing their stuff in. Because you never know. You know, he never know who's going to actually sell. You may have a taste testing day. He say, "Hey, look, I'm going to have a day that I'm going to come out and I'm going to debut my food. Tell your customers to come out. I'm going to tell my family and friends to come out, and we're going to have my product here." And boom. And you go from there. Now, the last thing I want to ask you, in doing all of this stuff, do you ever get tired?
Yes. So this week has been catching up on rest. Body just was like, okay, we gonna sleep, we gonna rest. I'm feeling more refreshed now. So last week, my daughter had surgery,
Okay.
but I had a full schedule.
Her surgery was good.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a
everything's
good
good.
thing.
She's back at work today. But I decided that I was going to do it all. I was going to keep my regular networking schedule. I was going to keep my regular, the stuff I had for the market that I was going to do. When the impromptu things came, I was going to do those too. And by Tuesday, my body was like, mm-mm.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
And then Wednesday, it was still like, mm-mm. So today, I'm feeling a little bit better.
Better.
So, yeah, your body will tell you. And, you know,
Yeah, but-
that superwoman stuff is for the birds
Yeah,
and
you
for
go.
the streets.
Yes.
So after last week, I know that if something like that comes up again, I need to
Just take it easy.
take it easy
Because I
and
do
clear the
that
schedule.
myself too. Now we come to the segment which we call Leon's Top 5. Leon was a cousin of mine. It was an 18-wheeler driver. He got killed in an 18-wheeler. And I always dedicate this segment to him. And in fact, in my in the finale to my book, I actually have a whole section dedicated to him inside of my actual book, but I always dedicate this segment to him. So whenever somebody come on, I tell them, what would be your Leon's top 5? It can be an R&B artist, it can be gospel, it can be rap, it can be reggae, it can be jazz, it can be blues. Even though you make all of these foods, you gotta have some type of music that you listen to. What would be the top 5 people that you actually listen to?
My top 5. Prince.
Hey, I like Prince. I was listening to Little Red Corvette earlier today.
Luther.
Okay.
Goodness gracious, I just forgot his name. I like some Mystical.
Okay. Speaking of Mystical, man, I hope he keep his head up, man, because he got another case, man. And I know when you're a celebrity and you're a superstar, nobody know the truth but God and the person, the victim, if there is a victim. And Mystical, my thing is this: when you a celebrity and you a star, people are always gonna come for you.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how big you are, you can't never live your life like a regular person. And I don't condone things that people do wrong. I'm a Mystical fan, so hopefully the man is innocent. So Mystical will be number 3.
So Mystical helped me get through accounting.
For real?
That was my song. As soon as I left accounting class, y'all gonna make me lose my mind because accounting was stressful for me.
What was your favorite Mystical song?
The y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. It was the
DMX.
I'm sorry, DMX.
DMX. Because I was at Mystical, when you said Mystical, first thing came to my mind is Danger.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, that one. I'm sorry, I got my artists mixed up. But yeah, Danger would be my Mystical song. And then let's see, gospel would be Donnie McClurkin.
Okay.
And blues would be Johnny Taylor.
I've been waiting for somebody to say something about Johnny, aka Jody, my last $2. I'm just saying, I don't get my people. I'll say blues. I'm like, man, I want somebody to say Johnny Taylor, man. One time, man, Johnny Taylor was, man, he was ahead of his time. I think Johnny Taylor, a lot of people may not understand, Johnny Taylor was y'all version of a Tupac. Because, Johnny, back in the blues, you got, if you want to be technical, you got Johnny Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
B.B. King to me really wasn't. Johnny Taylor gave you that Southern feel. You have what's his name? Bobby Blue Bland.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bobby Blue Bland was a good blues singer. You got what's the other person name? She did a song with Al Green. Put It on Paper. I can't think of her name. I can't either. I can't think of what her name is. But I can. You got can't single out Bobby Womack. You can't leave him out. You cannot. So artists is like they know Johnny Taylor. His music, the way he hit his music, and some of the songs that he made was like timeless tracks. If you listen to Johnny Taylor, man, he has something to actually say. A lot of people don't give Johnny Taylor his recognition. He died early, died young, man. And Johnny Taylor was ahead of his time, and he was one of a kind. It's not another person. You got people that try to act like and mimic Johnny Taylor, but there's only one Johnny Taylor, man.
That's true.
Just like it is with the rest of the artists, man. Those artists build their self and build the platforms, and people now are taking stuff from their music and putting it into their music now, like they created. Now,
nope. I've heard a couple of songs from some of the newer artists. I can't remember the guy's name, but I was like, this ain't nothing but him taking Johnny Taylor's swag and trying to.
Yes, a lot of them they do that. And my thing is, if you're gonna take somebody's stuff, give them credit.
Give him a little shout out.
Give them credit, because if you don't, when people find out, they family gonna actually come for you. Now, how can the people find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram at veganpalette22, and I'm also on LinkedIn under Theresa Parker Vegan Palette.
Okay. Now, you have a YouTube or no?
No, I don't.
Man, you need to have a YouTube. I'm going to tell you why. You got to cook that food, right? So if you're cooking that food, people can watch you when you say, hey, I'm making such and such today, and this is what I am doing. And it may sound crazy. People will support you and they will follow you in everything that you do. That is something that you may want to think about considering doing. People do that. Believe it or not, you can say, hey, you want to know how you make them tacos? I really want to make them. Tell you what, I have if you want to, go to my channel, subscribe, and you can watch the tutorial, watch the video, how I made that special dish for you. And they're like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Now I ain't gonna get the recipe how to do it. I'm just gonna basically tell you, I'm gonna make it right there. You can actually see how I actually make it. I have a kit. It's ready to go. All you gotta do is take my kit and boom, there it is. And it shows you everything you need to know. Now, what do you have here that you brought to the studio today?
So today I brought some tacos. It's a sweet heat pineapple barbecue sauce that's on jackfruit.
Mmm.
And it's one of my top sellers. So I wanted to share one of the top sellers with you all.
Okay.
And it's on a spelt tortilla, which is gluten-free.
Wow.
And it's also vegan.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna make sure we taste test that soon as we wrap this episode up. And what is in the pineapple thingy?
Oh, this is just a candle just for display since I had a pineapple.
You sell candles?
I do not sell candles.
I used to be a candle man. I used to sell candles. Shout out to Miss Doris. Yeah, I used to actually sell candles, man. People know me as a guy that used to sell candles, and I was real good at it.
Well, maybe we need to do a collaboration. We can do a pineapple candle and some of the other scents.
You know something? You're right. And we're going to talk about that. Okay, well, I enjoyed you, and I promise you, I will bring you back. Until next time, always remember, anything is possible. Thank you for choosing Chopping Up with Lil Ron. Until next time, we out. Peace.